We've been in lockdown in the UK for almost 2 months now, and it looks as though the lockdown will be eased by Monday, with Boris Johnson due to make the plans clear. This is going to pave the way back to some kind of normality, with the government seemingly backing the return of football. Hi and welcome to Stay Gooned. This is the Red and Whiteboard show where we'll be discussing Arsenal and football related news and stories. My name's Ash and I hope everyone's well and been keeping safe during this pandemic. This is the very first Red and Whiteboard show and it's going to be a brief one today. I just wanted to touch on and share some of my thoughts about the Project Restart proposal for the return of the Premier League. Before I get into that though, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video the thumbs up and also share it. This is going to be a regular show at least a couple of times a week. So then, according to the reports, the plans seem to be for the Premier League to restart in early June and be completed by the end of July, with all 92 games being played in this period and the FA Cup final taking place in August. On Wednesday, it was announced that the German Bundesliga will resume before this month is out, and it looks like the Premier League is gonna follow suit. The Premier League were due to have a meeting this Friday with the chairman from all clubs to discuss the proposal and take a vote on it. That's now been put on hold until after the announcement from Boris, and it will probably take place on Monday now. There's been many reports of some of the things that we can expect if this restart was to happen, such as games being played behind closed doors with no fans at all present, all games to be played at a few select neutral venues, players being quarantined in hotels for the duration, increasing the number of substitutions per game to 5 to help teams cope with the density that we will have of the fixtures, banning things like spitting from the players and shirt swapping, players having to wear face masks, and even the length of the games being shortened. I've even read stories about the matches being played abroad, and Australia is one of the countries that have offered to be the host. So these are just some of the things that might occur if this restart was to happen. It's been reported that the Premier League and all clubs are keen to finish the season to protect and maintain the integrity of the competition. But if these are really the kind of things that we can expect, then for me, the integrity is already out the window. I mean, they're also considering scrapping relegation for this year after some of the clubs that are near the bottom of the league raised objections about losing home advantage. I can't for the life of me understand how this is protecting the integrity of the competition. I mean, what is the point really? Is it all just so that Liverpool can get the points they need to be crowned champions? In that case, why not just hand them the trophy now? I actually don't think Liverpool should be given the title. It should be won fair and square under the same conditions from start to finish, just like all the previous teams have had to do so. However unfair it might seem to Liverpool fans. This is a really unfortunate situation we find ourselves in, and football should only be resumed if it is safe to do so. There are far more important things in life. I've read reports that some of the club doctors have had major concerns about how it would all work. Players might have to wear masks during games. Is that even advisable, running around for 90 minutes with restricted breathing? What happens if a player tests positive for coronavirus? Surely the whole club would have to go into isolation all over again, and any of the opposition teams that they had contact with. That would lead to more delays and cancellation of games. This whole idea could turn into a non-starter. It's better to call it off now and restart the season from August or September, whenever it's safe to do so, and when the fans are also allowed back to the games. Football without fans isn't really football, and even if they do show all the games on TV for free and try to simulate the atmosphere in the grounds, it's still not the same thing. To me, it seems like the Premier League's primary concern here is money and not the integrity of the competition as they claim. Obviously, broadcasters will be demanding huge refunds and reductions if the season got called off. What would happen to the transfer window? What happens to that? I mean, players also will be running out of contracts. Have they thought this through properly? My view is, regardless of how much money they might lose, the health and well-being must be the number one factor, and under these circumstances they have to call off the season rather than artificially trying to finish it off with new rules and new regulations. Just void the season and then try to sort out the problems and issues that may cause. Or if there really is a scope to resume football in the summer under these controlled scenarios, then run a separate Premier League tournament with its own integrity, similar to an international tournament. Right at the beginning of the lockdown, I made a video about this and how it could work, using the current incomplete season as a pre-qualification for it. It would be much fairer in my opinion. Go and check that out and let me know what you think of the idea. But in terms of this project restart and what's been reported about it so far, I'm absolutely not for it at all, and all outcomes from it, in my opinion, would be unfair. I'm sure we'll learn more about it after the meeting, and if anything concrete emerges from it and they come up with something better, I'll revisit it and do another video. But that's my view as it stands at the moment. Let me know in the comments your views. Would you welcome this? Please do subscribe and do get the bell on. Until next time, do stay safe, stay at home and stay gooned.